Am I your mugo? Darling, I am not your mugo. Okay? So as we do it every day, it's a story time. Are you ready for today's gist? Of course you are not ready.
And once again, you're welcome back to my channel. So I'm a Ghanaian-based YouTuber. I blog about lifestyle, fitness, and practical experiences that inspire people.
And oh my god, I'm sitting under the fan, but I'm still sweating. Darling, I have always told you I don't dream of labor. Why am I working? Why am I sweating? Why am I even stressing myself? I need to be taken care of. See, I walk to the office, so normally I don't really like doing extreme makeup, so it is just my eyebrow that I'll do, and that will be all for the day. Okay? By the time that I finish this story, you will learn how to know that someone wants to scam you, or you know that this one it is too true to be true. Okay, I was in the office minding my own business when I received a text. In fact, I had received a text for some days, like 2 days prior to the time I responded. At first it was like hi, I ignored it, and then when I saw the Auntie Doris, how you doing, and blah blah blah, I'm like, okay, maybe someone is mistakenly chatting me for somebody, so let me just address the situation. And I told him that I'm not Auntie Doris, blah blah blah. He was like, oh my god, I'm sorry, I thought it was Auntie Doris, and blah blah blah. And I'm like, okay, now that you know I'm not Auntie Doris, alright, so have a nice day. I'm the type that when you mistakenly send me a message, there's a possibility you can tend to be my friend, because I'm not the type that, like, even when you call and it's a wrong number, I'll just be insulting you, or maybe I'll be pissed. I'll always talk to you calmly and say, oh, don't worry, it's normal, we all make those mistakes, and I think we all do that. So when someone mistakenly call you, it's not a big deal. We were kind of like, hello, hi, how you doing, and blah blah blah, how is work and all of that. So I think the first time he called on a video call, and we're kind of like a bit of chilling with some guy. I'm like, okay, why are you calling me on video? I don't know you, so why normally I hate people that calls you on video without asking permission. The person is really free to talk on video at that very moment in time. It was like a very short period, and I told him I'm at work, so I'll call him back. We started talking and all that. We introduced ourselves, blah blah blah, and we were talking. We used to talk in the morning. The communication was really good. Who knows tomorrow? For me, in my whole entire life, all the people that I've encountered in my life has been strangers that have been so tremendously good to me. So when I meet a stranger, I'm not in a haste to trying to cut people off like that. If the person is nice, I'll probably be nice to the person. We started communicating for some few days. This guy was like, I like you, and I'm kind of like, I'm falling for you. I'm like, hello sir, what did I throw? What did you catch? You are what? You're catching feelings. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's rewind this conversation, because it was just a few minutes to the chat, and then like, apparently he has one child and he is 46 years old. No, I cannot be in a relationship with you. I don't the feeling is just not there. You know what I mean? When I said that, this guy didn't actually give up, and that is how those people are. They don't give up. So I remember that very day that the incident happened, the evening, and at dawn, like 3 o'clock, this guy was calling me, and I'm like, man, why are you calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning? The communication. One thing that I actually realized was this guy is mostly offline around 3, 4, 5 thereabouts, and I noticed it, and I'm like, who is this person that is mostly offline around 3 to 5 o'clock, and in the morning he's available, in the evening too he's available? I'm like, this was not sitting well with me. So one time we had a conversation on phone, and then I realized that the person I'm speaking with, it's kind of like the person's voice has changed. So I'm like, why has your voice changed like that? I actually asked. Last week, Monday, that was when he started calling me in the morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, that I didn't understand why, bruh, why are you calling me at 3 o'clock in the morning whilst I'm sleeping, So I didn't pick up, and in the morning when I was going to work, we were communicating. Normally he would call in the morning, but this one he called very early in the morning, and when I got to the office, so we were communicating, because he said he was going to check some land. And I'm like, one person every day I went to check some land, and he told me that she's looking for a land for her sister's pharmacy and then a clinic that she wants to build. Okay. So before I forget, in one of our conversations, we were talking about fuel situation. So we were talking about it, and he was like, okay, he used to fill his car with 1,500 fuel, but now it was like it is 3,500. I'm like, which car do you fill for 3,500 Ghana cedis? So I was so curious, and it was so untrue to me. Anyway, maybe there's a car that can be filled with 3,500 Ghana cedis. I'm here to find that one. Anyway, he went to the fuel station and he said he was buying a fuel, but all of a sudden, all that I heard was, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm like, what's going on? So he hung up. Then I was a bit worried, like, what's going on, that this guy is shouting, oh my god, oh my god. So I decided to wait a little, let them call him. Women are always curious and always wanting to find out what is happening, and they are aware, so they know how to play the whole thing. I called a few minutes back, and then he was like, oh, are you okay? And it's like, oh, I am not okay because a motorcycle nearly hit me and I swerved, so he actually went to another car. And I'm like, oh, okay, thank God that at least you are okay. And then he said there's some police people following him, and I'm like, why are police people following you? And he said he's driving a DV, his car is DV. I'm like, it's early morning, barely 9 o'clock in the morning. Which police car follow a DV? For what? If it is 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock in the evening, that is when they will kind of like attack you. But during the day, police people don't normally attack people driving DV. So he said he doesn't know if someone has asked them to follow him. I'm like, are you a drug dealer? Why would someone ask the police to follow you? For what reason? And he said the police has come, the police stopped him, and then they kind of the police stopped him and they searched his car and they found a pistol, like a gun. I'm like, what is gun doing in your car? And he was like, oh, it's a gun that he bought for himself to protect himself. I'm like, okay, do you have papers for the car? And he said, no. How did you get the pistol to the country? He said he bought it and then kept it in their car, and then they brought it. He shipped it with it. Because even me as a woman, it is very difficult for me to ask a guy for money when I start communicating with a person. It's practically very difficult for me to ask money from guys. So how much more a guy, you finding it so easily and quickly to ask a woman to send you money? So he said the police people said they want to help him to register the pistol. I'm like, how can the policeman that has arrested you still help you to register your pistol? That doesn't have papers. That is illegal in your car. In the first place, how did they even know that the pistol is in your car? That is one thing. Why would they want to help you to register your pistol? That's another thing. Darling, this story is not storying. So he was like, okay, and they said they will help me, and then they will take me 2,500 Ghana cedis. I'm like, okay, if they will take 2,500 Ghana cedis and help you solve the situation and not to go to the police station as you don't want to go, then pay them and then let them help you so that you can go and do whatever you want to go and do. And this man is like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't even have this 2,500 with me. I don't have the 2,500 with me. I just have 800 Ghana cedis, but I don't even want to pay the 2,500, but I want to pay 1,500. So if you have 700 Ghana cedis, give it to me. Let me add it to my 800, so I will be 1,500 and give it to them. Bro, I should give you 700 Ghana cedis. Why do I know you? Have I even seen you before? What is the guarantee that you're even going to pay my money back to me? And like, hello, you see, sometimes it's even good to be broke, because then me and my natural self, if I had gotten that money that day, I would have possibly given it to him. So sometimes it's good you thank God that every situation that you find yourself in, every circumstance, no matter what it is the doing of the Lord, and it is marvelous in our sight. Shout amen. This man wants to mogul me. So sharp, I told my sister about it, that okay, this guy blah blah blah, and then my sister was like, okay, so what does he want? How does he want you to help him? You guys, the way my eyebrow game is has skyrocketed. What do you guys think? Anyway, so let me continue with the story. So I I told my sister about the whole story, and my sister was like, okay, so what does he want? And I'm like, okay, he said he wants this amount of money to help him to get rid of the police people. And my sister has actually encountered such a scam people before, so he was like, this one is too true to be true, darling. He sent me a message and he was like, okay, you know something, please, you need to help me. Bro, somebody that you are going to look for a land to buy, somebody that you can fill your car with 3,500, someone that your sister is a doctor, so if you are in need of money, oh yeah, now, so why are you telling me to give you? But I'm like, straightforward, I told him that, you know what, I'm sorry, I don't have money. And I was like, oh, you have to help me. I'm like, I don't have money, I'm sorry. And you're still telling me I should help you. That was when I realized that, okay, I told him that, you know what, I have to go for a meeting and then I will be back, so let me know what happened. This guy was like, he doesn't even have credit.
God have mercy upon us.
But I'm like, you don't have credit, so okay, fine. I sent him some credit, and then the credit that I sent to the number that we used to communicate on, he said that number he doesn't use it for data, blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but you use it to call, so it's a credit on your phone. You can use it to buy data and put it on your other phone. So later on, I realized that this guy wants to make me a mogul. Sharp. I'm like, you know what? I have a meeting and I'm going, so let me know what happens. And later on, around the day, this guy was, sending me WhatsApp, calling, are you still busy? And this is what they are saying, and blah blah blah. I'm like, man, I will get back to you when I'm done with my meeting. And he was like, okay, I can see you don't want to help me, blah blah blah. I'm like,
It's getting weird.
Oga man, what is happening? Why are you saying that? Darling, from last week Monday to today, if he is going to send me a message, he's going to call me, he's going to send me a text, I know nothing. He hasn't even called me. All that he told me that I can see you don't want to help me, and that was all. Shoot.
What?
That was how I didn't hear from the guy again. Yes, you heard me right. I didn't hear from the guy again. That was it. That was all. Kapush. I'm done with my makeup. I was just doing an eyebrow. That was all that I wanted to do today. So I just want to let ladies out there, first of all, when you meet somebody, if you have a sister, a brother, or somebody you are very close to, let the person know that maybe you have met someone, and let the person know the situation that is going on. And if it comes to financial support in the first month or the second month, you have to be smart, because you could be a mogul, you could be used. Sometimes when we meet people and then we feel like they are good, we tend to be very secretive about it, and we don't want to talk about it with anybody. And by the time that we realize we have been used, and when we are done being used, that is when we look for people to communicate with. Please don't wait for yourself to be used before you communicate the situation to anybody. In the first place, when you meet, that is one tip. When you meet a guy that the person have not seen you for like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to 1 month, the person tell you, I love you, I have fallen in love with you, be very careful. And 3, if the person is not even trying to get to see you physically, it's another threat. You have to know that this one is coming for no good. Okay? And people that you meet, that they are so like, oh, I'm sad, I'm not happy, I'm this, I'm that, be very careful with such people that are very, negative. They are always negative, because they want that pity, and then they are so quick to tell you, oh, I want to be with you, I want to marry you, no, we are not sure, we are growing. That way, when I hear it, my heart starts to bump. I'm like, hello, I know I'm not a child, hello, I know I'm growing, but I don't need you to come and put it on my face that you are growing, you are not a child, so what? Yes, I know, so what? That is what they use. Usually when they know that maybe you are in your late 20s or early 30s and all of that, that is what they use that against you. Okay, so you have to be very, very careful with such people. I know you have done a thing with you, and I hope you will make sure that you don't become
never ride solo, no. And we can do I'm no, you no need to party, oh. I tell her what you're doing, no, you can